First, I want to ask you a question. How many married men do we have in the audience? Raise your hand. How many married men? If I was to ask you, there's a lot. If I was to ask you, was your wife very impressed with you when you got married? Was she very impressed with you? Evidently, you're married, right? Okay. But now that you have been married some time, is she harder to impress? Yeah. I heard somebody say don't answer that question. My husband says that about me. He says that I am a hard woman to impress, and unfortunately that's a very true statement. But I have to say this. When I was preparing for this talk, I became very impressed with the state of Arkansas for this reason. Because you were the first state to pass the Human Heartbeat Protection Act. You didn't get and you were pregnant. One of the things that they would ask you is this pregnancy planned? And if you say no, then what they do is they line out your options for you to help you weigh the pros and cons. And what they tell you is, according to their website, in order for you to have an abortion, the morning after pill will cost you anywhere from $300 to $800. Now, I don't know why there's a price range for a pill, but that's what they say. And then they say if you're to have an in-clinic procedure, it would cost you $350 to $950. And then they tell you if this pregnancy isn't planned, then you have to weigh it against the cost of how much it will cost you to have that child. If you were to have that child, it would cost you between $3,000 to $5,000, not to mention the financial responsibility to raise that child until that child is 18 years old. In my case, 26 years old. You know what I mean? And see, as long as they keep the focus on convenience, we cannot win that fight. But the problem really isn't a convenience problem. Do you want me to tell you what kind of problem it is? If not, I have to sit down. Here we go. I'm going to show you. I have a $20 bill right here. I'm missionary supported. That's why it's 20. Okay. If I was going to give this $20 bill away, who would be interested? You would be interested? Come on up here. See, raise your hand first. What's your name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. I'm Susan. Cheryl. It's nice to meet you. So you really want my $20 bill? Yes. Why do you want this $20 bill? What are you going to do with it?
Buy groceries.
Because it has what?
Value.
It has value. Okay, here, Cheryl, you hold that. Okay, don't click any buttons. Okay, so if I'm supposed to wad this up really good, would you still want it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it still has value.
It still has value, even though it's all wadded up like that. Okay, let me show you something else. We're going to get there. Okay, now tell them where my shoes have been. What if I just, I know, do that a little louder. Okay. Do you still want it?
Yes.
Because it still has value. Did you ever see that Claim Your Volkswagen commercial? Claim. I'm from Texas. Oh, sorry. Claim Your Volkswagen commercial. See, this guy, he's at this car lot and he sees this Volkswagen and he tells his wife, he's on the phone, you got to get down here right now, we're going to lose it. And he sees the salesperson coming with a couple towards the car he wants. Does anybody know what he does? Anybody? He licks the door handle. That took you on last second. That's okay, I know how you can spend it. You have a pregnancy help center in case you know. When you truly value something, price matter, does it? We don't care what price is when we value something. And if we can shift that focus to the conviction that all life has value and that God values that life, that is the beginning battle. According to the National Pro-Life Alliance, when a woman has a sonogram, 70 to 90% of the women will choose life and refuse the abortion just by experiencing that. Because we know that where there's life, there is a conviction that we should protect that life.